got myself some beautiful flowers today, so I'm going to make sure they show up. Yeah. It's like right in front of my face. It's fucking awesome. What's going on, Sarah? How's it going? If I knew what day it was, I would say happy, I think it's is it Wednesday? Oh, Tuesday. What up? Happy Tuesday. There we go. I like it like that. Woo! Remember to take what resonates and discard what doesn't. Woo! I'm already starting to sweat, so you know it's going to be a good message when. Oh. Take what resonates, discard what doesn't. So far, Sarah, you're the only one here, so this message might just be for you. Whoa. Okay. It seems like somebody was exposed to danger in some way. Like somebody was in danger just recently, but now they are out of it. I don't know if you're wondering if you're in danger. I'm getting the message that Spirit's kind of saying, no, you're not in danger anymore. And if you were thinking to yourself, was this a hidden enemy? Yes, it was. Somebody was trying to get near you to hurt you because somebody didn't want you around. They didn't want you there anymore. So they wanted to try to hurt you. It was some type of somebody, you know, the way that I see this, somebody kind of feel like it's almost like they started a war with you. All right. They went toe to toe with you. They didn't want, like, if you went to bat for yourself on something and it involved this person losing something because you deserved something or earned something, it's that person that feels entitled to something that possibly was given to you. So they wanted to take it away from you. With this night energy here, they were kind of just hoping that they could get anything. They would, if they could get one thing, they would. It didn't really matter which one, what it was. Somebody just wanted something from you. So then they could get a quick change because they are blocked. So it's almost like someone was trying to take your healing energy, your magic ability to manifest. They wanted to take all of your abilities that you had to get themselves something. And that's the battle, basically kind of like between good and evil, right? Somebody claiming to be good, yet being pure evil. Okay. Hiding important information from you, hidden money, beyond personal, IRS shit, sneaky behavior. See? Sneaky behavior. I don't like that sneaky behavior. That's what makes it seem like whatever this person is doing. They were being really sneaky about it. They were trying to do something to you. And if you were starting to get paranoia about something, paranoia isn't based off of anything, okay? Or it's not based off of nothing. The reason why we get paranoia in most situations is because something is happening and our soul knows about it, and they're trying to notify you, okay? That it's not just in your head, right? That somebody is trying to hurt you, and you think to yourself, well, it was a shitty job, or I barely had any hours. Why would anybody attack me? Okay, try not to dull your light like that, because surprisingly, even with 1 shift, 2 shifts, $50, somebody will try to steal it from you. Because that's their ulterior motives. That's the shit that they're doing behind people's backs, right? Making it seem like they're doing all this work, but really they're just stealing it. Okay, they're just stealing it from people. So like IRS, this kind of means as if somebody's been doing an investigation, right, into this behavior. About why you're getting blocked from something, because I do feel like somebody did definitely steal something from you. And that means you didn't get it. And I think the universe is wondering why you don't have something that you're supposed to have. Because that's how I feel with this reading, is like you're supposed to be something or have something, you know, like I don't really that's really moving. I don't really think that this was supposed to be you at all, you know, in your energy at all, kind of thing. Like this seems weird. She's gonna blow. Okay, here we go. My little table thing is going to fall down. I made this makeshift table thing, and it's okay. There it is. That's better. Give me a little bit more room with my teeny tiny table. But you know, when you make shift stuff, it fucking can break on you. Like that. Well, it's not breaking, but something's feeling a little uneasy. There we go. Rocks do everything. Okay, so I think the reason why we're getting this message is because obviously there's justice on the bottom of the deck. When the law finally works, there's the star. Obviously, that's collective's compass. There's something coming in now, okay, that they're not allowed to take. They're not allowed to get their little greasy hands on it. Something that's been working very slowly to get its way to you. There's the sun. And then the eyeglasses. Can you fellas see okay? Something's going to be coming in, and it's going to be like, you see it, okay? It's not going to be one of those things where you're like, is this just a figment of my imagination? No, not at all, okay? Whatever this is coming for you, it is actually coming in for you. It's not coming in for anybody else, okay? Due to something that was taken, okay? So there's Bagul and Marlowe. I do kind of feel like this could be stemming from the past, where possibly somebody's parent, okay, chose to go to war with them over something, abusive authority. I can see right here. On the Conjuring, it's the mom, right, that gets possessed by the feminine energy. I feel like somebody's mother, like this could be a feminine energy, either that got kind of like possessed and took something from you, or got into a possessive cycle in some way. And that's what started the sneaky behavior. It's like somebody finding out that they can do something, and then they start to abuse it because they realize that no one's paying attention. Okay, so there's that aspect of this person starting some type of war with you because they knew that nobody was paying attention and that they could get away with it. Because obviously your support system is weak and people don't see the situation the way that they're supposed to. No one's looking at it the way they're supposed to. They're looking at it the way they want to. So that could be something that was coming in for you, and this mother or this possessive energy got wind of it and took it. But because justice is here, it's like she went to do it again. She went to take something that normally she's just able to take, and something shut her down this time. It's almost like there was an officer watching your stuff. Like you had to, they forced you to leave, go to work, go to a meeting, go to somewhere, and they knew that your house wasn't locked properly, or they knew that you were going to have to leave something abandoned, right? For a moment in time, unwatched, unlocked or something. And that was going to be the way that they got your shit again. But what they didn't realize was this time when they forced you to leave your house and all your shit unattended, you had an officer sitting there watching your shit this time. So it's almost like you learned your lesson with theft, and every time you leave, somehow shit hits the fan where you get all the shit stolen from you on something that you have to do. It's not like it could be a court appearance, it could be a lawyer appearance or something, like something that they know you have to go to, right? That's where they had planned to sneak in and do something, but that's where the officer came in. That's where the security guard, the officer, somebody that was watching your shit was like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, oh, as soon as they leave, you show up to steal something? That's nasty behavior. Mercy. See, so it's like there's lightning, Uranus energy, poison in reverse, the invitation. See, it was almost like, you know, because a lot of people who decide to break the law, they really don't realize that, like, for the most part, they're being controlled by something else to go and break the law and to go and fuck around. Okay, so this person gets this invitation to come and do this to you again. And the thing is that, oh, you know what? I watched DPO yesterday. So this episode of X-Files, Ribishi, I fucking forget his name. Sexy little son of a bitch. Anyways, it's got Jack Black in it too. This episode of Facebook. This episode of the X-Files where this kid gets struck by lightning, and then he has the ability to use lightning and power to his advantage. And I kind of feel like, ooh, health and safety on the bottom. I kind of feel like that's almost your power now. Whether you're at home or not, there's a power source now around you. And they're going to come because someone's going to send them the invitation. Hey, okay, let's go and steal from Collective again. Let's go. You know, they're on their weekly interview. Okay. So we know that they're not home, and let's go take it again. And that's where it's like they go and touch your stuff and they get shocked or something. They get electrocuted or something, you know, because they go to do it again. And the universe is like, have you not fucking learned? Like, have you not learned to stop doing this? Like, we're going to burn you now. We told you to stop. You didn't stop. Collective has to do this. So it's like almost like the universe stepping in and finally doing something about this theft that has been happening to you, with you being labeled as almost like people have been possibly labeling you as the thief, and then they can steal something from you when you leave and almost suggest that they're taking something back that you stole. You know, like, I don't know. It's something weird. And something weird happened today. And I kind of said to myself, like, I think this needs to be somebody else's lesson now. Like, not my lesson. I've learned this lesson. So this lesson has to be somebody else's now. Because I'm not doing this again because somebody doesn't know how to play properly. Somebody doesn't know how to follow their word or stick to what they say. I am not learning that lesson again. Okay. So that was you not getting fucked around by these people ever again. There's work. See what I mean? When people actually do the work, they will protect it because they're doing the work, right? When you steal something, you don't really care if you protect it. When you manifest it, when you go to work every day and you buy that with your money, with all your hard work, with everything you're working for, makes it a little bit different. Okay. So now I feel like Collective is sitting in that seat where you're not just going to come and steal again. We've worked too hard for where we are now. To get it simply stolen from us? No. And it's weird with this new place I moved into. I've had the weirdest experience with the locks. Okay. It's like we can't find a key. And then we thought we found the key. And then it's just like somebody doesn't want the double lock system. Like for me to have double locks, it's been, I don't know what day is it? 11 days. So I've lived here for 11 days. And I still don't have the key to the deadbolt to the door. How's that possible? Right? It's like sometimes the energy is so nasty around you and it wants you to get hurt, because there's nasty energies following you around that don't like you. And it's like, okay, why? I don't know. I don't really understand what the whole I don't like you, so I'm going to hurt you aspect is. If you don't like somebody, I don't know why you just don't fucking walk the other way. But with spirits, and that's why people get so obsessed, because spirit is obsessed with you. If spirit is obsessed with you because they want to be you, of course they're going to get people to get obsessed with you as well. Right? Because spirit is so envious of people in body, right? They don't have bodies, right? That's why the envy is insane when it comes to spirit over human. That's why human hurting themselves, jumping off of cliffs, doing something stupid is the spirits in their head fucking with them to go and do shit so then they can take their body, right? People, I love you guys. I was watching the live yesterday on, oh my God, you guys just talk to each other. And then Steven wrote something that was like, everybody remember, just only take what resonates. And then my moderator was like asking questions to people. And I'm like, just looking at this like beautiful little chat community that's happened with this channel. And I thought like, what a nice way that you guys can sit and just talk to each other and talk to people that are like-minded, that if you like me and these people like me and are listening to me, then there's obviously going to be things that you guys all have in common because you have something in common with me, right? So you're going to have things in common with each other. And I thought it was so cute. And I'm so thankful for you guys. I really am. If I don't say it enough, I'm very thankful for everybody that, comes on here and is a part of these reads and is a part of these lives and is giving me their energy and trusting me with their energy enough that I can pick up whatever the hell is going on. That's why I always say, send in your telepathic questions to me psychically. So then spirit knows what you need answered, right? Like to ask a question, so many times people, they fly off what they need answered. They just want to know about other people. When you really want to know about you, this is where you start looking for answers of why something is not working. Why is it that you go to do something and it's like you get jammed up right away? That's negative energy. That's not just, that's the way the cookie crumbles, or you got to take the good with the bad. No, like, yes, of course you have to take the good with the bad. Of course, bad things happen. Of course, you're not always going to get good luck. But do you realize that sometimes when the worst things happen to you and then you tell somebody about it and they gaslight you right away, like, well, and that happens to everybody. Or what? Is that the first time that happened to you? And it's like, that doesn't make it any fucking better that you're saying that it happens to you all the time or that happens to other people. Like, because I'm saying to you right now, this happened to me and I don't know how to feel about it. Telling me that it happens to a bunch of other people and I should just get over it makes me kind of want to hate it a little bit more and talk about it a little bit more, to realize that shoving things under the rug so quickly because you don't want to deal with them, or because you force yourself to get over shit really quickly, or you think like you're just going to get over it really quickly, is gaslighting yourself. Like it took me 10 years to get over a relationship. And you know why? There was no closure. There was no closure. He left the door wide open, right? When people do that, it takes you a little while to figure out what it is that you did wrong and why, if they left you, why did they leave the door open? Okay. Or why is it now they're sleeping with somebody else, but they're still, looking all over your Instagram? And it's like, trust me, if people walked away from you and jumped into other relationships really quick, they never got over you. They think they got over you, but they just got under somebody else. Right. So whatever, to hate you or to get angry with you that something's not going their way and you've got something that they don't is somebody just even gaslighting themselves. It's a narcissistic energy to suddenly push everything onto a human that doesn't even know you. Like why we compare ourselves, why we go like, why does that person get to live there and we get to live here? Why does that person get the job that they have and I've got this job? Like it's all generational. It's all generational curses and karma and bullshit and witchcraft. Like within your family and your family members ostracizing you and talking shit about you and calling you a child, right? Because you didn't follow in the family footsteps or the family blah, blah, blah. Like people go through more, I think, hate in their own family than what they do on the outside. It's just their family is narcissists. They can hate you straight to your face and you wouldn't even know it because you think, oh, it's my uncle and he's being super nice to me right now, when he's being a narcissistic fucking prick and you know it. But you want to give this person the benefit of the doubt, right? These things push your future aside so then you can go and deal with other people taking your spotlight, basically. Okay, so the fact that this energy forced you to go and do something so then this little group could come in and steal from you, whatever appointment was lined up that you had to go, it's almost like either the appointment got canceled and you didn't go and then they couldn't steal from you at all, or there was an officer watching your shit. Because now it's like you're being protected, right? And if you don't have family and you don't have a support system, then spirit's going to be the only thing that can protect you. And if you don't have your third ear open, your third eye open, and being able to communicate with these things, then unfortunately, there's a lot of blind people leading the blind, and like spirit can tell you so many things if you choose to listen. I don't want to win. Ooh, look at that. Dana Scully, facts. So there's obviously evidence here. There's hearth and home. And there's thief. See what I mean? Somebody wanted in your fucking house. I don't know what they wanted. I don't know what they wanted to steal. But this is facts. They thought they were going to get something. Okay? They really did. And I mean, that's just the universe for you right there. Coming through. I was thinking the other day, because I have cameras obviously in the house, but because now we live here, I thought to myself, well, maybe I don't need the cameras anymore. I'm in a safer place and in a safer neighborhood and with safer people. And then I went to cancel the camera and the Ring Cam. And it doesn't cancel until the 20th of this month. So another, just over a week. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to save it. I don't know if I'm going to cancel it or not, because again, it's kind of like a lifeline. It's something that can watch my apartment when I'm not here. And, I've got loved ones here and precious cargo here that I want to make sure is okay with, if I'm gone or my sister's away or something like that, So I thought, do I cancel the cameras? And then I said, no, I'm not going to cancel the cameras, because if you have cameras around your yard and you think, or if you move or something like that and you say to yourself, maybe I don't need the cameras anymore, now I'm in a better spot, fucking put the cameras up. Honestly, for $20 a month, you can bundle your cameras together as well. For such a small price a month, to know that you're protected. And me, I'm not exactly one for cameras. You can hardly even get me to take a selfie. I usually have to be recording already, and then I'll go through the video and find a selfie to take. But for the most part, I don't even really like the camera in my face at all. It really makes me uncomfortable. But that's just because I need to match my voice with I need to match my lips with my words so nobody steals my content. But other than that, I mean, there's so much that we put on social media and we exploit ourselves. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, obviously you were exploited in some way, and now Spirit's got your back. Spirit is protecting you in some way, or they're covering you up in some way, or protecting you. They've got some type of officer of the law with you now, watching you. I mean, whatever it is, just know Spirit's got your back. Yes, this is a general reading. Who is that? Mo? What up, Mo? How's everybody doing today? There is a lot of names that I do not know. What up, Dutch? I'm Dutch. I love the Dutch. What's going on, Cynthia? We're not doing questions today. I'm sorry there, whoever that is. Usually we do questions on Sunday. Every now and then I throw them in there if I've got enough energy, but I don't think we're going to be doing personals today. Just so you know. But thank you for liking the video. My window's open. We're getting some really nice weather. Ah, my nose. Okay, here we go. Next message. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. These are all general messages for collective energy. Carrie. Eyes without a face. Okay. So, Carrie, Gremlins, Evil Dead. I almost kind of feel like with the curse card, I almost feel like somebody possibly outlived something. All right. Outlived something. Something that was maybe supposed to kill you or change you in some way. It was fated to happen. And that's what's weird. It kind of seems like, you know, if something was, the way that I see it, if something was taken away from you, okay, whatever that was, if you felt like it was almost misjustice, okay, as in, like it could have been a vehicle got impounded on you, okay, I mean, because a curse can come through different ways. Like it could be like you lost a job, you couldn't pay your payments anymore. Financial situation or struggles, hardship, something like that. Couldn't pay for something anymore. Couldn't, I don't know. You just, there was definitely a death. Like there was definitely something that I feel like death took with it. They had their eye on something and they took it. They could have taken your hair. If you had like long, beautiful hair, this curse could have got you to chop it all off. Okay. Or to dreadlock it, dye it, anything that would, alter your appearance. And I had this weird vision a few months ago. I think this happens to a lot of men where they marry women with like long, beautiful hair. Okay, this is all mine. This isn't extensions or anything, like this is mine, right? And this man marries this woman, and then the next day she chops all of her hair off. And that was one of the things that he liked about her, was that she had long, beautiful hair. And that would be the curse. You see how she's combing her hair, right? She's looking at her hair. She's doing something with her hair. And that to me kind of seems like there could have been a curse with like your hair. Women who cut their hair like men, I think it's a curse a lot of times, right? They get told that they're going to look so beautiful, with 1 inch hair, 1 centimeter hair, like, oh, you're going to look so awesome. It's going to look so beautiful. And you know why I know it's a curse? Because it happened to me. When I was, I think 12 years old, I chopped up all my hair. And then the next day I cut it even shorter. And I was going for this short look, again, from somebody off the television who had curly hair, and I didn't even have curly hair. And I just remember being like, okay, well, I've got to live with this now. This is it. Like, I can't just magically have long hair again. And it took me, probably 10 years to grow it out. I mean, it was fucking this long. Okay. So it was like great. Yeah. I was like 16 before I had long hair again. And even so, like my mother had that really short pixie cut, and she always wanted me to cut my hair. Like, I feel like it was my mother who wanted me with short hair because I've got the long face. So she'd just be like, oh, but you look so good with short hair. I don't know why you have long hair, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, I have fucking long hair because I want long hair. But she would just look at my hair and be like, oh, I want to just chop it all off. It'll look beautiful. And she just always wanted to chop my hair off. There was an incident in grade 4 where something happened and she chopped all my hair off. And I remember just crying and being like, I don't know why she's doing this right now. Like, I don't know anybody else that has gone through this and their mother just cut their hair off for no fucking reason. Like, it always seemed like my parents took things out on me and did things to me because they couldn't do it. So I had a lot of, a lot of abuse with authority doing things to me, and I had no control of it. And it was always about, well, you should do this because I do it. You should like this because I like it. You should have it done like this because I have it done like this. It was never, what do you want? What would you like, Whitney? How would you like this done? Right? So it took me like 30 years to figure out what I like, because it was my mother who I was forced to follow, or my stepmother that I was forced to change because she hated me so much that anything I did, she would just turn her little fucking pixie little nose up at me, acting like she was better than everybody. Trailer trash fucking hoe, by the way. I don't understand why she thinks she's better than anybody, but trailer trash fucking asshole looking at me like I'm some dirty ass hoe that just fucked her husband. Like, she was so, my stepmother, I can remember my stepmother's energy being so absolutely disgusting. And when she looked at me, like, she couldn't stand to look at me. I think I was about 8 years old and I was sitting at the dinner table And obviously she was having a problem with my body, particularly my boobs, my breasts. I was 8 years old. I don't even know what kind of boob tissue I had at 8 years old, but I suddenly remember her slamming her utensils down and going, buy a bra, and got up and left the table. And I looked at my father. I had just learned how to cut my own steak by myself. And there's a woman slammed her shit down and yelled that I need a brassiere. I just remember being humiliated. I felt awful. I was way too young. And I have to get something because you can't stand looking at an 8-year-old. She couldn't stand looking at an 8-year-old. It bothered her that much. She was a 30-year-old beautiful woman. Why does an 8-year-old, mainly with just nipples as boobs, it's just fat, okay, there's nothing really there, gets that jealous of looking at an 8-year-old? So whatever this curse is that you outlived, it's nasty. It's disgusting. You had somebody looking at you and hating you in your little boy body or your little girl body, and they celebrated that hate. They loved that they hated you, okay? It was a bloodbath with you as the target all the fucking time, okay? Those aren't parents. Those are narcissists that you got placed with because foster care was full, okay? So something's about to change, and it's not going to change good. You know how the Mogwai turns into the gremlin? That is going to be them. They look like this soft, lovable creature that everybody wants to hug, and then they're going to wake up and they're going to look like this. Okay, they're going to look disgusting and ugly and old. Okay, with see-through skin and fucked up teeth, and they're going to be up all night because they can't sleep, and they're going to be chattering with themselves and spirits all around them because they fucked up a really long time ago, but they can't grasp what they did. They only can grasp the fact that they had to do something because somebody was pissing them off. Instead of use their words, they use their fists. Instead of use their words, they use this aggressive energy and pushed it out to people, right? Because they said that they were mature enough to have kids. They were mature enough to get married. They were mature enough to do this in their life, yet too immature to look at you and not get jealous, yet not so mature that they could handle you developing and not get so jealous that they want to shoot their own heads off. Okay, that they end up turning and doing some curse to you because they're too envious. They don't want to look at you. And that's really sad, because this is the way that collective ends up. Collective ends up having to go through something, watching everybody change, right? That's his girlfriend, changes into a zombie, right? It's like now, they watched you having to survive the way that they tortured you. Okay. And like, honestly, I kind of feel like whoever was supposed to support you, if they didn't do that and they just wiped their hands clean of it and went and partied and went and drank and went and had a good time with all their friends while you got put under some type of curse. I mean, think about it. If your parents aren't there, which are your spiritual advisors in 3D, if they're not there doing their job, who the fuck is? Who's watching you? What? And if they're drinking all night, okay, and getting into these awful thoughts, what demons are they picking up and bringing home and sending into your room? Okay, it's not that fucking hard. It's not that difficult to imagine what the energy was that your parents brought home and unleashed at you because they made horrible decisions and couldn't face those decisions. So instead, they start resenting everything that they manifested, knowing that they were completely full of shit when they did it. Okay, so this was heavy energy. Babadook. Let me in. Oh my God. Okay. Like, look at that. Look at the the illustration. Okay, you got the Babadook up here, okay, that the mother doesn't believe is happening at all because she doesn't believe what the child is telling her, right? He knows, that little kid knows that the Babadook is there and she doesn't believe it. Okay, so that's almost like your ignorant parents opening up the door to Babadooks, letting them in, and then slamming the door shut and going out to the bar and going, yeah, my kids can take care of themselves. My kids, oh, they're 9 years old and 10. They can take care of themselves. They don't need mommy around anymore. Oh, he can walk to the store himself. Like there was actually a news broadcast of a woman who got charged is like a $500 fine or something, or $1,000 fine, because she let her 9-year-old walk to the store alone. And somebody called it in and went, there's a kid walking down the street right now by himself. The cops came, picked him up, drove him back home, and charged the mother because that kid was too young to walk to the store alone. Okay, I can remember going to the store. I was 2 years old. I left my house. And nobody found me until I went to my grandmother's house. How do you leave your house? I think I was 18 months, 20 months. How do you leave your house at 20 months and nobody notices? I had a nanny and a mother home. Nobody fucking noticed me leave the house. Honestly, you think about your parents and you think, oh, they were young, they were naive. Oh, they put your life on the line. Sure, they were young, they were naive, they didn't know what they were doing. They knew enough to ride that dick, not be protected, and then realize, hey, maybe I should do something about this because I'm not responsible enough to have this child. But no, then it's, well, what if I lose my boyfriend then? I'm going to keep the child because then I can keep the man. Well, I'll just keep the child because then I'll grow up and I'll make him grow up. I mean, you realize that so many, I'll just have the baby is some of the most abusive reactions to getting pregnant because somebody just wants to fuck somebody over. Why is it that a life coming into this world is going to fuck somebody over? I don't understand how people work. I don't even understand why people have kids for the most part. Maybe you should fucking think about it before you just go stick it into something that you don't know. Okay. I didn't even know this was here. Suspicion. I don't know. I kind of feel like that's somebody pointing the finger at their parents. Finally pointing the blame at something. What up, Danny? Oh my God, Danny, I read your comment yesterday. Oh, somebody made a comment about God or Jesus, and you were like, listen, why do you always think that because you can write things about God, you're better than people? Oh my God, Danny. Oh, for the most part, I don't really read the chat. I just make sure that nobody's swearing on there or anything like that. What up, everybody? Okay, I just make sure people aren't swearing, but like, oh my God, when I get to watch it the next day, some of the things that you guys say to one another, is so funny. I actually laughed out loud at you, Danny, yesterday. Look at that, the other side. You realize that that's a little kid, right? And her parents... I mean, they're paying attention, but they're not paying attention enough. I mean, she goes to the other side. Does she not? She gets sucked into the TV. Where the fuck are her parents at the time? Right? That's the thing. Like, there's Mask. And then they get put up against Jason's mother, who decides to go and kill everybody for letting her son drown. You realize that how the difference of parents, right? Ones that put, give their children to somebody and trust that they're going to take care of them, and then they die and their parents avenge their death by killing everybody. And then there's the parents that are like, oh, where is little Carol Ann? Anybody seen her? I mean, I know she's like 4 years old. We're supposed to be watching her, but I mean, she's old enough, right? No, she's in the fucking TV now. She isn't old enough, right? So there are like dumb parents, not really dumb, just naive to think that like their kid is just gonna be a little adult sitting there and perfectly responsible with their legs crossed. It's like if you suddenly don't hear your child, something is seriously happening. You need to hear that child all the time. If something goes quiet, either they are doing something they are not supposed to be doing, okay, or they've they disappeared. Okay, and that means you need to get your ass up and find them. Okay, don't be a fucking parent. And that's the thing, is like it's a parent to anything, you know, like a parent to an animal, right? Like you have to be responsible. You have to watch them. You have to, you know, like just because it's a pet. Like when we moved in here, oh my God, it was like squatters that had this apartment before us, and they had a cat, and I don't know what the fuck. Obviously, they didn't clean their litter box, but like the fucking ammonia in the cat piss was like, my sister can still smell it in her room. They replaced the floors, they replaced the baseboards, they've done everything. They had to go in there and actually like caulk everything again because she can still smell it coming up. And it's like, you know, like have a cat. You say you want a cat. Like cats don't go to the bathroom if their litter box is dirty. They find other places to go. They're not going to tell you, hey, by the way, I went pissed in that corner. You're just going to have to find it one day if you're that lazy and don't clean up your cat's shit, right? It's like, I mean, however way these parents did you wrong, whatever the analogy of the parent is, okay, it leaked out to you. So remember that, right? Remember that you have to be better than them. You have to be stronger than them and more wiser than them and better people than them, because your parents suck, okay? If this makes sense. They're horrible people. So don't walk in their footsteps of how they did things. Do things differently if your parents suck, okay? Oh my God, I have this Theory of a Dead Man song in my head right now. What song is it? Looking like all or nothing, babe, it's you and I. With you, I know that I'm good for something, so let's go give it a try. Okay, Theory of a Dead Man's coming in. Looking at all or nothing, babe, it's you and I. Oh my God, I've got the psychic sweats. We've got our backs against the ocean. It's just us against the world. Where are all the sensitive men? I want a sensitive man that can say how he feels. Because I know they're out there. I know they're out there. We're going to do one last reading. 4853. Thank you for liking the video, everybody. This is going to be a relationship reading, thanks to Theory, with some of the best love songs in the world. You're going in the right direction. Okay. Learn more about each other. Sexual chemistry. Where's Steven? That's his favorite card in the whole deck. It actually hasn't come out for a while. Let go. Okay. So I feel like a sexual relationship is on the horizon. Somebody in the chat, you're getting lucky soon. Okay. I feel like in the, okay, so this is like recent past, like recent past. Oh man, my landlord's out there taking all the garbage off the side of the street from the winter. Ew, gross. That's like the nastiest job right there. Gross. Anyways. Okay, it seems like somebody is going in the right direction. Okay, so I don't know if you're going to meet somebody new, okay? But something's coming up where I feel like you're going in the right direction, where I feel like Spirit is pointing you in the right direction with something. Whether it's you turn left instead of right and you end up at a spot and boom, see somebody, meet somebody, something happens. Spirit is going to guide you to the right person or to the right thing, okay? Then you start to find out why you got guided to that person, okay? Why? Because somebody doesn't think, it's almost like meeting somebody and almost, I don't know, maybe them saying like, yeah, right, why would you want to date me? I don't know if this person doesn't think much of themselves. I don't know. I think they have to, I don't know, maybe whoever this person is or whatever the situation is, they wouldn't think that somebody like you would want that job. And it's kind of like, and I almost feel like they're judging you by the way that you look, which is weird, okay? So something draws your attention, and then the thing that draws your attention doesn't trust you, almost. So they have to let go of not being good enough or pretty enough. Like, I dated this guy once back in the day, and I thought he was so attractive. I mean, I was with him for years, okay? But I thought he was so attractive that it almost made me feel less attractive, because I thought, like, what the fuck are you doing with me? But what was weird is that none of my friends found him attractive. I'm the only one that did. So I kind of had to like let it go and be like, okay, well, just because I find him super attractive doesn't clearly mean that anybody else does. Okay. And he never like second guessed it. You know, it was never like he thought he was too good looking. I thought he was too good looking for me, even though he was an actual like asshole too. Okay. Yeah. Hormones. Okay. For sure. So it's almost like, and like when I first saw him, oh my God, I was working at this restaurant. I just got working there. I was the manager, and he came walking into the bar, and he had dreadlocks, and he had had his own style. Like, he had plaid shorts on, like long shorts, you know, with the tube socks, right, pulled up. And it was just like, I'd never seen anything like him in my life. And then he liked me right away. And I was like, no fucking way. But all my friends would look at him and be like, ew, Whitney, what the fuck? And I'm like, heart wants what it wants. No, he wasn't black. No, he was white. Although you should see these dreadlocks. His dreads are like probably 5 feet now or something like that. Like from the last time I saw him anyways. Yeah, he's thick. He's got really thick, he's a German. You know, we were talking about Germans the other day. That's the German. And anyways, you know, like, again, my mother thought he was, you know, the ugliest dude in the world. And my stepmother was like, ugh, you know, and I'm like, see, because you guys like your blue collar bullshit, fucking jeans and fucking, you know, tucked in t-shirts. Like, I don't like that. That's not the way that I don't wear jeans. I don't dress, you know, from Ricky Lake. I weird shit. I like my weird shit. I don't care that I'm 40. I'm probably going to be a punk for the rest of my fucking life. Right. So the heart wants what the heart wants. Okay, but sometimes they could, you know, those weird couples where it's like some really like weird goth dude, and then they're with like a blonde, you know, that shops at the Gap. It's like that. It's like opposites attract. Okay, and sometimes what I've noticed with people is sometimes people's looks hide. And it's not until you see them, you know, until you accept them, do you see them truly. And that will change your perspective on somebody too. If you're just outside shopping and then you go into the store and you find out who they are, and then you're like, okay, well, you're not just looks now, your looks and personality, right? Or your personality and looks, right? If you didn't get the looks right away. So I don't know. I mean, because again, it's just an analogy. It could be a job. You could be going for something, right? And you think to yourself, for some reason, why would I be good enough for this? Or why would this want me? You know, weird me. Try not to ask that, you know, because again, the heart wants what the heart wants. To have somebody sit and explain to you why they like you is kind of narcissistic a little bit. Like, tell me all the things that you like about me right now, because I want to know why you like me. You know what? Second thought, I'm going to go now. Okay. See you later. Right. Like, I mean, what do you deal with that? Like, that's just a little, whoa, you know, like you like somebody, you don't, right? Like the whole play the game of how could you possibly like me situation. So whatever this is, I mean, maybe I like this analogy. Maybe you're going to find a puppy on the side of the road and it's dirty and it smells and you're like, ugh, look at this pile of dirt. Okay. Pick it up, love it, learn more about it because it's for you. You can clean it off. It's just dirt. Okay. It's not something that permanently destroyed it. Okay. Like, I don't know, maybe you're going to find something that's dirty. I mean, honestly, this desk I found on the side of the road, I cleaned it up. I painted it. Actually, there was a desk on the side of the road just the other day. I almost picked it up, but I decided not to because I still have this desk. But like sometimes you find things on the side of the road because you're going in the right direction and you just go, okay, well, all it needs is some tender love and care. And it's going to be the most beautiful thing in the world. Like, you know, that movie also, I'm getting She's All That. You got it. Okay, you know that movie She's All That? It's like, it's almost like that, right? It's seeing something, but then realizing that there's so much potential that you haven't seen. It's not to change the person or abuse the person. Like, okay, for instance, this one guy that I dated, he was basically like my first boyfriend. Okay, he was really into Harley Davidson. All right, he was like he was a motorcyclist. He, you know, Harley Davidson everywhere. He was in Hell's Angels for a little while. So you can imagine, but he was really super skinny. And then he wanted to get bigger. So he started like bulking up and working out. And then that's when I met him. And he didn't really know how to dress because he liked his Harley Davidson get up and everything, but he was like, he never liked jeans, right? He was never comfortable that gear. So I started taking him shopping and I was like, okay, well, come to the stores that I like, you know, which is back in the day was like West 49 and Boathouse and, you know, just like the skater shop kind of stores and stuff like that. That's really where I shopped. I wasn't really at Goth R Us until in my late 20s. So, and he found his new clothing there and it actually made me more attracted to him because I liked the new clothing better than his other clothing because I felt like the new stuff was more of who he was now as opposed to what he was then, right? So again, and then I just found him more attractive. So it's like, you know, there could be a situation or somebody that you meet or like maybe you're going to start working at a different job and it's like the uniform is something you would never wear, but then all of a sudden you start wearing black and you're like, damn, I like myself in black, right? It's like, I feel like there's a good relationship. Like just because it says sexual chemistry doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be something that you fuck. It could be something you fuck up. Okay. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be like that. It could just be something like love potion number 9 that you drink and you're like, all right, I like this. I thought this was too good for me. I thought drinking a bottle of Dom Perignon, you know, was just for the rich and the famous. I can buy a bottle of that myself and sip on it and not kill anybody, right? So it's, I don't know. Very interesting last reading. Okay. No need to worry. See, no need to worry. It's like, I don't know. Somebody's worried about I kind of got that with one job that I started. It was a very fine dining experience. And I thought to myself, like, yeah, right. Put this trashy melt ass into a dining room setting like that. And surprisingly, I did really well. You know, like you play the part, right? There's so much of this that we are acting and we are just showing up because we have to. Always remember that. Like sometimes the things that we do to make money don't define who we are as people. Okay. So it's almost like whatever this is, you know, try not to think, well, it can't be for me, or I'm not going to be good enough for it. Because if it's an idea that got brought to you and you just kind of stumbled on it, there's a reason, right? Because we don't really just stumble on just anything. We stumble on things that we're supposed to find, not things that we're supposed to reject. Or sometimes we do stumble on things that we're supposed to reject because that's just another lesson from the devil, which we always know we enjoy those. I love a good laugh every now and then. Anyways, I'm going to peace out. I might be back later. And by later, I just mean possibly like an hour or so. And if I'm not back, I will be back tomorrow. Okay, I have to go and do some shit. So peace out. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Danny, for your hilariousness. Thank you, everybody, for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And I will be back. All right. Peace out, Sarah. Thank you for everybody. This was awesome. Peace out, y'all. And I'm frozen.